Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about how to most efficiently and effectively do conjugate as far as your supplemental work goes. Uh, Whether you want to call it accessory work, which is what I call it, whether you want to go with what Louis Simmons called it, special exercises, the thing to remember is our goal after we do the max work or we do the speed work is purely to get big. And if our goal is purely to get big, our mindset has to change. Okay? So what are we doing with the max work first? Well, with max work, we're focused on lifting a really heavy weight. We're either using a classic lift, a close variation of the classic lift, or we are using a movement that tests our weak links. Okay? And that's a big one that a lot of people miss because we don't want to train that movement. We simply want to use it as a tester to see if our weak links are improving. In other words, the exercises that you really suck at for maxes, because they really hammer your weak links. It might be a safety bar squat, it might be a good morning, it might be a floor press, whatever it is. Those movements that are really hard for us because our weak links are put in a really bad position in terms of leverages, and therefore they really stand out. It could be a deficit deadlift, it could even be a low block pull. Let's say you have really strong quads. That low block pull will really bring out the weak links in your posterior chain and back. If you're really strong off of them, you probably have crappy quads. Right? If you pull off a 3-inch block or a 2-inch block on a deadlift and you're super strong at it compared to you're stronger than your pull off the floor, oh yeah, your quads are weak. So you guys get the idea though. And a deficit deadlift will do the opposite. It'll bring out those quads. It'll let you know if they're a weak link or not. So the thing to remember with this stuff, we're looking at where our weak links are. We're looking to lift as heavy of a weight as possible. We don't even care about axial loading. We don't care about recovery because we're only going to do a little bit of it. All right, speed work, what are we doing? We're focused on compensatory acceleration. We're focused upon our technical training, right? Because our speed work helps us refine our form, helps us refine our setup because we're doing quite a few setups, multiple setups. We're having to do it quickly with no time to rest to get back into those positions fast. We're worried about compensatory acceleration. All right, we're worried about our speed strength. All we care about is exploding. Setup technique and exploding. Okay, that's what we do. So our mindset is different on those, isn't it? Because we're taking our time with max effort. Take your time, get set up. We're rushing it on speed work. Right? It teaches us technical proficiency. Max effort work teaches us how to grind. It teaches us the skill of maxing, teaches us how to ramp up, find our grooves. Hey, when we come to the other stuff, we have to lose that mindset. I get so many people who they run this system and they don't understand the accessory work is what we're doing. Assistance work is covered by your max effort. People say, what? Yeah, in other words, you need to be picking max effort lifts that hammer your weakest links. Okay? That's what you need to be doing. Oftentimes, if you're not testing a classic lift, we're a lot of times looking at practicing where we're weakest. Okay? And our max effort lifts let us do that. They largely eliminate, if you're careful in your selection of them, they can largely eliminate any need for assistance work. So we need to lose that mindset. We start looking at your other work, all your hypertrophy work, your repetition effort work. We need to be looking at muscle mass. Where is it stacking on muscle? Is it addressing my weak links? Or could it be a general bodybuilding program? I'll be honest with you guys. If you don't know where your weak links are, it may not matter as much as you think it does. That is for elite guys who are trying to refine what they're doing. For people who just want to get really strong, who are running conjugate, you could just ignore all of that. You could actually just look at your assistance work. Like you could say, here's my max work, here's my speed work. What do I do after? Everything else could just look like a bodybuilder program. right? I mean, it's going to be upper lower base because that's what we're doing. But if you just wrote out and said, hey, what's a good bodybuilding program, with moderate amounts of volume, because I need to be able to recover from the max and speed work done first. Any moderate volume bodybuilding program, you could basically plug that in. Does it make every muscle in your body grow? Right? You need to look at, is there enough tricep work, delt work, hamstring work, glute work, ab work, whatever you need. Look at it. Is it a program that would make your whole body get bigger? Okay? And if you look at your templates and you look at it and say that's what it is, maybe about 10 to 12 quality sets per muscle group, and you set it up that way, is it going to be bad? No, it's probably going to be pretty decent. A size equals strength potential. You need to be looking at, how am I going to recover from it? Instead of going, I want this biggest exercise to move the heaviest weight. No, let's drop that. We already covered that with max effort. Quit think of it as power building. Like, people will go into it with a power building mindset. I'm going to run this bunch of power building type programming with a lot of assistance work. You don't need that. Just get bigger. You could literally do nothing but 10 to 20 rep sets. You could throw in a bunch of single joint stuff. As long as nothing is getting overused and you're making the whole body grow. If your whole body is growing from your accessory work after the maxes and the speed work, aren't you going to get stronger? Of course you will. You don't even always have to look at, hey, where's my weak link? Just say, well, if everything grows, my weak links are going to grow. You may not even need to really think that much about where's your weak links. You could just say, let me just make everything bigger. Let me pick exercises that are easy to recover from. Stop thinking about the carryover. Okay? Stop thinking about carryover and think about size. Think about stimulus versus fatigue. How much muscle growth can I stimulate while minimizing the negative impact on my recovery? Right? If you start looking at our accessory work in that way, and we were to look at it and say, hey, this whole template, everything I do through a training week, it looks kind of like a bodybuilding program. It's not going to be wrong. You're probably going to get good results as long as you are setting it up in a way that you can recover from all of it. Because if everything grows, you know that your weak links are growing too. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.